We really like to make sure that the dogs have some type of animal exposure other than just other dogs. A lot of times, as everybody knows, well, we do labs, so labs are very squirrel orientated. So we want to teach them that moving animals are not something that we want to chase. We want it to be able to give that interaction. So actually going and seeing the chickens and the turkeys and except for the rooster, because I swear that rooster was after me. He was going to chase me. I know he was. But we want them to be able to see the different things. We want them to get the smells because it's a whole different experience for them. They don't know what it is, and we have to show them. We decided to take the puppies to go see the Easter Bunny. We did this obviously because it was Easter, but also one of the main reasons is we actually took a puppy and actually handed them, I think we took our Mr. Sensitive, Mr. Oakley, and we handed him to the Easter Bunny to hold, because it's one of those where it's altogether different than us now. Now, what is this thing coming at me? A lot of puppies will get very, very scared. You'll hear a lot of things where people will say, put on hats and let them meet men with beards and glasses and all different kinds of things. All different people of all different color. You want to be able to have that dog not be afraid. Not be afraid of men, not be afraid of women, not be afraid of children. So you have to expose them to everything. We changed the perspective of the dog as well, because up until now, as we talked about, the dogs have been going in carts, they've been going on wagons, they've been going in those types of items. Now we're actually walking on the ground. Now it's a little bit scarier because now we have to go through the doors at Home Depots and Lowe's. We're kind of looking at it being like, okay, because all of a sudden this big thing is opening in front of us. Before, they never paid attention to it because they were in our arms or pushing through a cart and so forth. So it's a very, very different perspective. I mean, think about it. It's funny because we have dear friends, and she ended up having to be in a wheelchair for a little bit, and she even made the comment to me today, it feels so good to be tall again, because she had been in the wheelchair and life was a whole different perspective as opposed to being able to stand tall. And it's the same thing for puppies. If they're all up and then all of a sudden they go down now, think about it, their eye level is at our knees. So they're seeing people, and now they're looking up at people a lot more in a different way. In going back to, letting the dogs, or the puppies rather, go to different areas, we also go to our local college. And we go there for a couple reasons. I've got great sets of stairs, so that works out great, but a lot of interactions, a lot of people, loud sounds, but you're now in an outside environment, which outside and inside, once again, are very different. And we actually even try to go even after it rains, because all the smells are fresh. So we want them to be in that distracted mode, so we can work with them with the people, because we're using the outside air, we're using the whole openness of the college as our huge distraction, because we're meeting people now. We need you to sit, we need you to lay down, and usually the college kids are like all about the dogs, so they're really trying to rev them up. So it is a challenge for us as trainers to try to keep that dog's focus. So the more that we can keep their focus in that type of environment, the better that they're going to be when they're in a less distracted environment. How we introduce dogs to dogs is basically butt to butt. What happens is we take the puppy and we'll take him up by the fence by my dog Bernard, and we'll put the puppy's butt by Bernard's face. I didn't want to. Are you ready to give me a high five? Is that what you want? Okay. All right. I got you. Anyway, we let them introduce, we put the puppy's butt up to Bernard, and then we let Bernard sniff the puppy. And then we put the puppy to sniff Bernard's butt, and then we set them down. And that's simply how we do it, because that's how they greet each other when they meet each other regularly. What happens is so many times we cause the problems with dogs. It's called leash reactivity. And basically you have two people walking and you've got somebody holding onto their dog and they've got somebody else holding onto their dog, and they're both saying in their mind, oh, I hope my dog is good, I hope my dog passes this dog, whatever it may be. And all of a sudden the dog starts saying, I wonder why my owner is scared. I wonder why my owner is nervous. So they get all riled up, and that's where the problems come. If you just let them sniff each other and let them do what they need to do, it's their world. They'll figure it out. We try to take the puppies to as many places as we possibly can, whether it be like sporting events and stores, and you know, we take them up, we'll take them to the camping world just so they can listen to the RVs pulling in and out, and you know, that kind of thing. Is big sounds like the diesel trucks. We'll go to the lake, we'll go to, you know, see the boats, we'll go to anywhere we possibly can. You know, if we can go into a restaurant and go and sit outside and let them sit there and see people walk by and just get the whole feel of what it's like to be in our world. Because so many people now want their dogs with them when they're going. They take their dogs with them. But remember, you've got to make sure that you expose them to that being a puppy so they're not afraid as they get older. But you always, once again, everything's a new situation, so you have to be that dog's advocate. You have to be watching where their tail is, watching, are they drooling, are they nervous? You know, take out those treats and try the treats. If they take a treat, they're not so bad. You know, those kinds of things that you have to really, really watch them when you do it in each and every situation. This is actually, people really have a misconception. And I don't think it's fair that they do this to dogs, because they think every dog should like every dog and every dog should like every person. Now, that's not the case, because you don't do like every person or every dog, and neither do I. I mean, I like all dogs, but do you know what I mean? From the standpoint of as a relationship type of a wise. It's not, I mean, Cosmos is he loves dogs galore, especially the puppies, but he doesn't really want people petting him. And that's okay, because we know that's his personality. And that's where people, they get, oh, what's wrong with the dog because he doesn't want to be social with people. Well, you know, look at our society. There's a lot of people in society that are just better left by themselves. You know, they're better alone than they are together with somebody. And it's all a matter of, why do we put those restrictions on our dogs? And that's not fair. So you have to be fair with your dog and go to his personality. If your dog doesn't like kids, that doesn't make him a bad dog. They make him feel uncomfortable. You know, or if your dog doesn't like men, okay, why force it upon him? Yeah, you don't want it to go out and attack men or something like that, but if it doesn't affect your daily life and your situation, don't worry about it. Let the dog be comfortable to where it is.
I think we should do our next episode on the puppies with doing like about the puppy fitness.
Okay, well that sounds pretty good, because we've been working really hard on the yoga.
Okay.
We're doing really well.
All right, so let's plan on doing that. But I think what we need to do is take him. Let's take him to the gym and get him together so he knows what to do with puppies. What do you think, Kaz? You want to go to the gym?
Go to the gym.
All right, we're gonna go to the gym.